Welcome back to Bobblehead Homestead. I am Jeff. Today is Monday, 7 p.m. Central Time, and I'm doing a live show, and you are here. Let me look in the comments. Please let me know if you can hear me, because this is the first time I'm using this microphone. What do we got? Hello, Ace. Hello, Bobby. Hello, Armida. Hello, Peter. Judy Jules, the big Italian. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me and see me? That is the question. Heather Hopper. Jackie Smith, thank you very much. Oh, see, I could test it out on my own phone. There we go. All right. Yeah, I finally tracked down some microphones for this iPhone, because the otherwise the microphone is on the phone itself, so you have to be as close as possible to it. Anyway, I am home from just an amazing weekend. I am burned out, but yeah, very good 4-hour nap today. I was exhausted. You know, a skinny, short bed and a fat, tall person don't go together very well. So, according to Ridge Life, Tim, I was snoring pretty good, and I can imagine that. Tim did a little bit of snoring himself, so yeah, he did. Truth be told, Tim was doing a little snoring himself. Didn't bother me. And I am not one to talk. So yeah, but anyway, and it was right. Yeah, I'm not. Here I go. I had a great weekend. What do? I complain about the bed and Tim snoring right off the bat. I gotta flip this mindset, folks. I do, and I will. I've done it before, but it's just, man, this year has been hectic. Beyond, yeah. But my work schedule is easing up this week. I still have morning meetings every morning until a week from tomorrow. So that's coming up. And my work, whether or not I can continue doing work after the election is still up in the air. I still need the income, because, yeah, you still need it. But at least this will, the lesser time starting this week, I'll have more time to get stuff done and make trips to Waldron. So don't know exactly a day or time, but it's happening sooner rather than later. Finally. And then once I get that done, I got plenty of projects I can do around here that don't cost nothing. I can make plenty of videos. I'm gonna try to get back into YouTube. We'll see how it goes. And so yeah, I'll let more people get in here before I start talking about poker and all that stuff. But yeah, Charlene Grady, Chandra Sutton, Paul Honeyman, welcome. Gypsy Trails, good to see ya. Patty White, thank you very much. Julia says, glad you won all the toothpicks. There's Kitten Silver again, good to see ya. I did a pop-up live Friday night. And Barbara Hopkins, hello, thank you very much. I'm gonna have to see, you know, I'm supposed to be covering an hour here, so this is gonna be the longest bragging rights poker story you're ever gonna hear in your entire lives. Drew rode up with me. He came here, and we went over to the 42.36. We all caravanned up there together, 4 vehicles. We had Country Road Cure, Simple Life Reclaimed, and MT Homestead. So it was like 5 hours, because it is right on the border of Missouri. Right on the border of Missouri. Mammoth Spring. What was it, the Riverside Resort, something like that, right on the Spring River. We had 6 cabins. One was like a full service cabin, kitchen, bathroom, shower, bedroom, you know, all that stuff. And then the other 5 cabins were just bunk houses. So they had a bunk bed and then like a regular full-size bed. And we have 15 folks coming. I think I got everybody down in the description. So if you want to know who participated in the fishing trip this weekend, I should have links in the description below. Yeah, did I just see Black Sheep Project? Hey, Micah, Liz, congratulations. I go watch Black Sheep Project. They did a live show on yesterday. So big news over there. You'll want to go watch their live to get some big news. But my congratulations to Micah and Liz. Somebody's making a noise in the background. Might just be Jen and Wiley messing with me. I tried to get Wiley to go this weekend. I really tried to get Wiley to go. But he had to fix the rear end. He had to fix his rear end. Sometimes your rear end's out of whack and you got to fix it, and that's what Wiley had to do this weekend. We'll include more people next year. They're thinking about adding on a day, which would be fine with me. I did not go last year. I was able to go this year. I should not have gone this year, but I did it anyway. That's all right. It's all good. So at least my work schedule is lightened up. For me to take a whole day, you would not believe what I had to go through for somebody to take over for me. But now they're prepared to take over for me for a lot of stuff this week, and that's a good thing. You have no idea what I'm talking about. Liam McGothigan, good to see ya. McAllister Homestead, hello. I'll get to that. David went down. Nancy Gibson, thank you. So yeah, Drew rode up with me. It's probably 5 hours in a caravan with 4 other vehicles. You know, a couple pit stops on the way. Had to stop and get shrimp. Don't ask me, I didn't use any. And but we still got up there. I don't know what, we tried to leave about 9. It was, you know, mid-afternoon. Bunch of people did some fishing Friday night. Got a campfire going. And to me, that's just nostalgic. I grew up camping all summer long, and you know, every chance we got, sitting around campfires at night. So that's my comfort zone, and that was great Friday night. David at Come On Homesteading, he got bullied into cooking some hamburgers and sausages and stuff, and as usual, David from Come On Homesteading can fire it up. So yeah, just great times hanging out. Friday night there was a poker game. I did not win all the toothpicks. I lied. I did not win all the toothpicks because Mike from 3 Mississippi won some toothpicks on Friday night. Well, there were 6 or 7 of us played Friday, and I was 3rd place, so you know, kind of respectable, better than average for that particular game. But it came down to Mike and Drew, and it was getting late. It could have gone on a lot longer, but you know, stuff happens. But yeah, Mike from 3 Mississippi. I learned a lot. This was, so Friday night, I think it was either Friday night was either my 2nd or 3rd time playing Texas Hold'em like that. I know I played once, at least once at O'Rourke's. But it seems like I played twice at O'Rourke's. But if I did, the one that I remember playing at O'Rourke's, it came down to me and Mike from DD5. And I remember that game. So yeah, I'm not all that. I've watched a lot of poker. There were times in my life where I had nothing better to do, and I have watched a lot of poker. The Texas Hold'em, but I'd never played it, you know, in real life before, or even like, you know, online games. But I have watched a lot of it, so I understand the rules. I understand some of the strategy, blah blah blah, And but I was able to learn a lot more from people who know what they're doing, like Mike from 3 Mississippi and Drew. So I learned a lot on Friday, and it paid off on Saturday. What else can I tell you? Then Saturday was just, you know, recovering from Friday night, a lot of fishing. I did not do any fishing, and I never planned on doing any fishing. It's all my fishing poles and tacklebacks and all that stuff got stolen. I ain't got any extra money, and even if I had extra money, I've got more important things to spend it on. And the license was only like $25, something like that, for in-state, you know, with trout. And then there is, you know, I'm not physically as capable as some of those young bucks out there. And to get to the good spots, you got to get waders, and you got to walk across that river to get to the good spots. And that's just not something I'm comfortable doing. The water's going kind of fast. I don't have good balance to begin with. So, you know, tripping on rocks and, you know, watching them navigate the river walking around, I knew that was not going to be a good idea for me. I would have dunked myself quite a few times if I had probably tried that. Mike from MT Homestead didn't do any wading. He just fished from the bank, and he caught some, and I could have done that. I might try that next year. But what I did on Saturday afternoon is I did follow one group of fishermen out with my camcorder, which zooms in pretty good. And so they probably caught at least 15 or so fish while I was sitting there spying on them with my camcorder. I have not transferred that footage and looked at it yet. I'll do that tomorrow. And I'm tempted, and that's all the video that I took. I am so out of practice when it comes to making videos. And yeah, just not comfortable, especially with all those pros around me. So I did not take any other footage other than some footage from the bank, and I'll share that somehow, some way. I think you can find, and then Saturday night, so that was fishing. Then Saturday night, another campfire, and we had a campfire and charcoal pit thing, and then we had another one with just charcoal in it. But we cooked leg quarters, courtesy of Country Road Cure. They were very well done on the outside, but perfect on the inside. Oh yeah, they were very good. And then yeah, then we played poker Saturday night. Yep. So Friday night, Mike from 3 Mississippi and Drew, and Mike pulled it off. So Saturday night, let me go to comments here, then I'll start on the poker. I've never wanted, like I said, I never played Now when I was younger, we played 5-card stud poker, you know, the old school stuff. Back in the, you know, 80s and early 90s is when I was playing that. So, and there's some similarities as far as, you know, 3 of a kind beats 2 pairs, and, you know, flush, straight, all that stuff. So a lot of that stuff is similar. But it's, yeah, a different technique to play it. You know, I grew up playing Pinochle. There we go. I was all into fun games. But, man, I haven't played Pinochle in shoot. But I bet it'd be like riding a bike. If somebody wants to do a Pinochle game, I'm not all about the gambling. I am not about the gambling, but I am about some fun. What else did we play? Well, we played drinking games in college, and the names are not, the names of those games are not YouTube friendly. Spades. There's just a lot of card games going on at a fraternity house in the late 80s, early 90s. Yep. So yeah, Friday night was either my second or third time ever playing Texas Hold'em. And so that means Saturday night was like the third or fourth time. All right, let me go back through comments. There's Ridge Live. Good to see you. DG Turner Roo. It's all Grady. I was talking about you, Marcel. I was talking about you. They're talking about all kinds of stuff, doing it twice and allowing the girls to come, which I vote against because girls, yuck. But y'all, yeah, if they do it, I'll just go to the boys' weekend. Yeah, no skin off my back. Did everyone go home without injuries? I believe so. I believe so. Yeah, I can't think of anything. Jason from White Rock Homestead ate a crayon. So, yeah, I don't know if that might have affected him when he got home. Oh, congrats on the thank you. Thank you, Tim. Joseph Compton, hello. I'm going through comments here real quick. The ladies need to have a spring getaway. Yeah, or something. And Anthony and Roxanne were talking about that today on their Daily Vibe. They did have a little bit of a girls' weekend over at Simple Life Reclaimed. Yes, they did. I think Dawn from our Flippin' Homestead, formerly Hat Creek Homestead. And you had Mama V and Tara from White Rock Homestead, and Mel and Roxanne, Simple Life Reclaimed, Country Road Cure. And yeah, so they had a little bit of fun while the boys were playing. Who was there? There was, let's see. All right, so Tim at Ridge Life did a drawing to see who stayed in the big cabin with the flush toilet and shower and all that stuff. And that was David at Come On Homesteading, Drew from Drew's Lens, and Big D from our Flippin' Homestead. So they were up there. And then the cabins down below, we had me and Tim from Ridge Life, and we had Levi, David's son from Life with Levi. He was on top bunk above me. I am sorry, Levi. I'm sorry. Luckily, these were like built into the wall, not anyway. So then who do we have next to us? We had Jason from White Rock Homestead and Mike from MT Homestead. Then we had Mike from 3 Mississippi and his buddy Ryan. Good guy. We had some of my previous work stuff in common with what he's doing. Then we had Gary and his brother. Came all the way from Utah. Caught more fish than everybody else. So I hope that trip was worth it. Then we had Anthony from Country Road Cure and 2 of his buddies from Vegas area. And I think everybody had just a wonderful time. It was great meeting them. I hope they had a good experience out of it, even though I whooped their butts on the poker table. I was not trying to. I'll talk about that in a minute. We got to draw out this poker story as long as possible because it's only been, what, 18 minutes? How many people we got in here? 100, there's over 100, 118. Thank you very much for showing up. Good to see everybody. The Sassy 777. Yeah, they ain't producing eggs right now. Oh yeah, I gotta keep scrolling down. Okay. Oh yeah, the We Can Dance short. That was funny. Yeah, I was snoring. You did a little snoring too, Tim. But Tim sent us the balance of what was still required for the weekend because anyway. So when I anteed up with Tim today, you got to put a comment, and I put snoring reparations. So that's how I paid off my portion of this weekend. And so the note was snoring reparations. Did you get it, Tim? Did you get my snoring reparations? Oh, yeah, I felt sorry for Levi. Tim wasn't very good, and it wasn't like all night long. It was just little spurts here and there. It once I was asleep, didn't affect me at all. But Levi, yeah, dealing with both of us. It is what it is. Everybody needs earplugs on getaways. Barbara Hopkins is correct. It is correct. Yeah, Marcel says, I'll only go if my girl goes. And that's fair. Lindsay was, yeah, I did a Saturday night, a pre-poker game live for like 15 minutes. Because everybody was dilly-dallying, getting this poker game started. So I'm like, well, they're gonna be a half an hour at least. I might as well get a live in. But maybe that spurred them on a little bit. I'm hoping Ridge Life. They were passing around Tim's camera during the poker game. So I am anxious to see Ridge Life next video. I don't know if anybody else, I think Mike from 3 Mississippi did a little filming before the action. And do I want to get into it? Anyway. Must have been like 2 trains. Does that mean y'all need a snoring cabin? That might be, that Brooke Burks, that might be a good idea for next year. We know who the snorers are and put them all together. Levi didn't make a peep. We'll have to, MT Homestead or Jason, one of them might have snored. I don't know. That's actually a good idea. Uh-oh, Paul. They're putting the loud snorer outside. Man, it was a beautiful weekend, but it got down into the 40s on Saturday night, and it got down in the 50s on Friday night. So it was definitely long sleeve weather after dark. Fine with me. It was just a beautiful weekend. It rained a little bit, like we were half an hour on the trip up there. And we were maybe half an hour away, and it rained just a little bit on the way up there. And I guess we got a little bit of rain here on Saturday too. And we needed it. We have, yeah, and we still need more. And we got more coming according to the forecast later this week and next weekend. But yeah, we need rain. Burn bans everywhere. It's just so dry. Oh yeah, I got dust all over. I gotta clean out the inside of my car. All right, 122 in here. Thanks for coming. All right, so the poker game. All right, so like I said, I watched a lot of it. I find it fascinating. And then there's the whole psychology behind it. And the odds, you know, recognizing whatever. And I'm not, it was beginner's luck. A lot of it was luck. A lot of it was luck. I am no poker gambling shark at all. I wasn't setting people up, losing on Friday so I could win on Saturday. And and I just got lucky. There were 10 of us who played. It took 50 toothpicks to get in. And they decided that while I was doing my live show. And I would not have done 50 toothpicks. 50 toothpicks, you know, that's almost 2 months worth of toothpicks. So I would not have done that. But they asked if anybody wanted to do a 20 toothpick game. And I was the only one who raised my hand. So somebody put me into that game. Because I would not have done it. But somebody helped me get into that game. So, yeah, I don't know if they want me to tell them. But, yeah. So, I probably, we were originally going to do 2 games. Uh-oh, low battery. I might not make it an hour. I better get this story out fast. I thought I had it plugged in. I guess not. Maybe this draws. Anyway, low battery, 20% left on that phone. So, there were 10 of us playing. Originally, we were going to do 2 games, one with, 50 or more toothpicks to get in, the other one with 20. I'm fine with the 21. I'm just there to have a little bit of fun. But I don't know what happened there. I was doing my live show, but so we just went with one big 50 toothpick game with 10 people. 10 people. And I won the first hand, and it was yeah. And I won the first hand. I had a king and a 6, and the first hand everybody's ready to play, so everybody put in to play that hand, and I ended up with 3 of a kind, 3 6s, and I won that hand, and just like doubled my stack on the very first hand, and it was kind of easy sailing. I hate to say it after that, but never underestimate the ability of a person to mess things up. And that's what I kept telling myself the whole game. The next hand I won, I also won it. I had a king and a 6, and you're flipping cards, and 2 more 6s came up. So again, I won that with 3 6s. Is it a sign? I don't know. Is it a bad sign? I hope not. But Monday night I was being a little more reckless. I was playing a lot of hands, and yeah, just having fun with it. But I tried to be, Saturday night I tried to be more serious. So I was a little bit more selective on the hands that I played, and it paid off. And I got really lucky several times. I remember one hand, I had an ace and a 5, and then you go through a round of betting. So I'm in on an ace and 5. And they flip the 3 cards, and it's a 2 3 4, and so right off the bat I had a straight, ace 2 3 4 5 straight, and man, just a lot of lucky cards on my part. And when I was betting, I think there were 3 hands that I actually bet on, beyond the ante or the blinds, that I didn't win. And I didn't, yeah, so I was being more selective. I couldn't read if people were bluffing. I'm not skilled or anything like that. I have no idea if people are bluffing. I'm just playing my own, what I know what I have. I didn't take as many risks on Saturday as I did on Sunday. But so, and I tried not, I was a little bit of a bully. You have to, I understand the concepts of, somebody's low on chips, and, you get them out of the game and you're one step closer to winning. So I did a little bit of bullying. I was trying to be nice about it, though. And it came down to who was third. I think Drew was third place. And then we got Drew out. It was just me and David to come on Homestead, and he's played a lot more poker than I have. So, and I was way up on him, the chip lead going into that head-to-head at the end there. And I was where I'd been head-to-head with Mike from DD5 and lost. And I was taking more risks on that one too. And I said I wouldn't with David. But so we went back and forth, head-to-head on a few rounds. And then the last hand, boy, oh boy, talk about luck. David at Come On Homesteading played it exactly like he should have. He had a pair of queens. He had a pair of queens, and then whatever ended up coming up there. I had, what did I have? I had a 4, and I don't even remember what my other card was. Well, we might have it on video, but I had a 4, and I should have folded that right off the bat. But at that point, it's small blind, big blind. You're in almost automatically. Once it's heads up, you either fold right away or you're in on it. I should have folded with a 4 and maybe I think it was a jack or something. I should have folded, but I didn't. So we did a round of betting, then we flipped the 3 cards, and there was a 4 there. So I had a pair of 4s, and I don't remember what the other cards were. So I'm like, all right, pair of 4s, and then David went all in, and I was sitting there with a pair of 4s, and he was sitting, and I didn't know it at the time, he was sitting there with a pair of queens plus whatever was up there. I don't think a straight or a flush was in the mix on that one. So all in, and there were 2 cards left to flip over, and so we put them down, and 4th card came, and David's up. He's got a pair of queens. I got a pair of 4s. That last card you flip over, The only way I could have won was if that was a 4. And it was a 4. That was sheer luck. Drew and I were talking about it on the way home, and I'm like, dude, tell me what the odds were that I got a 4 on that last card. And so he did his math, and it's like 11%. I had an 11% chance of winning that hand, and David come on Homesteading had an 89% chance of winning that hand, and I got lucky. A couple other times I got lucky on that 5th card. But not all night. A lot of times I didn't get lucky. A lot of times I just had a good hand right after the flop, and so that was it. I haven't even been watching because I wanted to get the story out there before my battery dies. All right, Jack 4 is called the Robbie. Well, I'm not a Robbie. Black Sheep is Sunday at 4 p.m. Yeah, go watch there. Jeff, no such thing as a nice bully. Yeah, you're right about that. So I did a little bullying because I had all the chips, and it was weird. And Mike from 3 Mississippi, he knows what he's talking about. He's played a lot of poker, but with 10 people in it and everybody anxious to play that first hand, whoever wins in those first several hands builds up their chip pile and really has an advantage. And I think he's right about that, because winning that first hand gave me a huge advantage the entire rest of the game. So yeah, probably less than 10 people would be ideal for games like that, and that's how you learn. So the circumstances helped me out. It wasn't, I'm not skilled. Don't underestimate me. Mike from 3 Mississippi might have underestimated me a little bit. He made predictions before the game started on who would not win, and he was wrong. I would not have bet on myself either, but that was so much fun. Everybody was a good sport. There was no hard feelings. David, he's like, I'd rather lose like that than some other way, because he'd rather lose like that than being stupid. He lost because I was being stupid and got lucky on that 3rd 4 to beat his pair of queens. So yeah, he's got nothing to be ashamed about. He played exactly how he needed to play. And if I hadn't won that last hand, it was anybody's game at that point. His skill could have probably taken me down like Mike with DD5 did. I was up on Mike with DD5 when we played, and he went all in on one, and I thought I had him, but we ended up getting the exact same straight, so we split the pot, and then he came back and beat me after that. But yeah, if David probably in 89% of the time he's going to win that hand, and then he very well probably would have come back and got me with his experience over my not knowing everything. Tim played. I knocked him and Jason out on the same hand. And I'm laughing, yeah. Just because it's funny that I'm actually winning. 10% battery remaining. Oh, I'm sorry, it's this microphone. So it can't be plugged in and have the microphone plugged in at the same time. And so that's what's happening. So I am not gonna make it an hour. I'll go until we run out, and I'll pay some attention to okay, well, I'll finish out the weekend. So Saturday night, then David and Drew were up late Sunday morning. Yeah, I mean, I went to bed and got up in the middle of the night to go fertilize a tree, and I could hear them. But yeah. So Sunday, Gary from Simple Life Reclaimed cooked up some breakfast burritos. I'm not a breakfast person. I mean, I like breakfast food, but I don't eat that early in the morning. But anyway, But yeah, breakfast burritos, everybody chowed down, slept in a little bit. I think only a few people went out fishing a little bit on Sunday. And then yeah, about a 5-hour trip home. Got home late afternoon, and neighbors took care of the chickens. And I didn't, yeah. So yeah, big thank you to the next door neighbors for taking care of the chickens and the cats. So made sure the cats they've been bugging me all night. I'm surprised they're not up here bugging me now. Yeah, just a great weekend. So many good stories, getting to know each other. That grilled chicken was just amazing. It was a little blackened on the skin, but you don't care, man. That was just juicy goodness. That was awesome. Yeah, adult beverages. Nobody got out of hand. So, talking too much. Next year, I'm going to try to go again. That was a fun time. I'll let somebody take the Poker King crown from me next year. Who burnt the chicken? Well, now that's a debate that I don't want to get into. See, one of the grills had a campfire, and then right next to it is a little cooking grill. So one of the grills had a campfire blazing right next to it. The other grill, there's just some charcoal under the grill. There were these in-ground metal things with a grill, and so one person was in charge of the fire, another person was in charge of the chicken, another person was in charge of cooking them. So they can blame each other, but it was tasty. And I tell you what, everybody, we finished that blackened chicken. Oh, I might have to quit anyway. Tickle in my throat. Raspberry iced tea. Oh, and then there was a person who brought the charcoal. And the type of charcoal they brought. So this might all play out on other people's videos. So I have no skin in that game. I have no skin in that game. There's a little blackness on the skin. The meat was perfect. All right. Oh yeah, Tim's in there defending himself. Jeff didn't tell y'all the real reason I lost. I don't even know the real reason you lost. Is that Friday night or Saturday night? I know why on Friday night. Did I knock you out, Drew? Man, we should have videotaped that, even though it's not safe for YouTube. Tell us, Drew. What was the real reason you lost? Did he throw it? Man. All right. I'm going to have to... He made me wear a hat. Yes, I jinxed him. I jinxed Drew. Yep. So I got Drew a little present. And it was a hat. I didn't make him wear the hat, but he wore the hat. And yeah, I'm not going to tell you what was on the hat. Somebody might have a video clip of that out there too. But yeah, I trolled Drew a little bit with a hat, and that's why I lost. So that was my fault too. It was my fault David lost. It was my fault that Drew lost. So it was my fault. Cuddly Texan. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. My throat is itching like I don't know what. And my phone is about ready to die. So, go check out everybody else's channel. I got links in the description of all the channels that were there this weekend. Thank you so much. That was the first days off since I've had since 4th of July. Didn't have to do 7 a.m. meetings for the first time since June. Got to sit around a campfire, you know, have some fun with a card game, and to be quite honest, you know, winning that card game is a huge help to me right now. Just a huge help to me right now. That is, yeah. So yeah. So I'm thankful to, you know, the person who put me in that game so that I had a chance for that. And you know, that, you know, there's a lot of toothpicks. That was a lot of toothpicks that is gonna help me make it to spring and baby chick hatching season, and it is very much appreciated. Thank you all for coming. Start looking for more content from me coming up. The election is a week from tomorrow, and I have never been more anxious to get an election over with, and probably never will again. I hope. But thank you to Tim Ridge Life. He's the one who knew about that place. He did all the arrangements and coordination and all that stuff. And so Tim is just an awesome asset to our group. And with that, I am gonna call it a night. Thanks for everything. Take it easy. And oh, my fingers.